What else?
Organ inferiority. Inferiority.
Yep. What else? So put it in the chat. We have inferiority. And spell that. Birth order. What else? There's a couple more. All right, so I guess we're gonna find out then if nobody else knows. We're gonna look at it in the PowerPoint. Second. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, can y'all see that? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the founder of Adlerian Theory is going to be Alfred Adler. Also, another thing that I forgot to put, and I was thinking of it when I was on the freeway driving home, that Alfred Adler, what else was he the founder of? Does anyone know? Starts with an I.
Is it also family therapy? Adlerian family therapy?
Possibly that, but what I'm looking for is the founder of somebody was just gonna say it.
Individual psychology.
Individual psychology. Yeah, that's extremely important that you know that. I completely forgot to include that in my little presentation. So individual psychology, and he based his theory off what? Like, who did he branch off of? Anyone know? No. He branched off from Freud, so he has like a psychoanalytic basis. Just fun fact. Okay, can someone read? There's 23 people, so no one should be shy here, guys. I need someone to read the first slide. The core concepts, please. Can someone volunteer?
I'll read.
Thank you, ma'am.
Core concept, holistic approach, views individuals as whole beings, considering all aspects of life, not just symptoms. Teleology?
I think it's teleology.
Teleology. That between my Georgia and Northern accent, it just gets my voice is hostage. Emphasis that behavior is goal-oriented and purposeful. Social interests, the importance of feeling connected and contributing to society. Inferiority and compensation, the ideal that feelings of inferiority drive individuals to strive for competence or superiority. Birth order, the belief that birth order influences personality and behavior patterns. Is starting to click now. Thank you.
Yep. Sorry, I forgot to highlight birth order right there, but birth order is important. Does anyone want to explain, or does anyone know what the defense mechanism of compensation, what that looks like? That's his like main defense mechanism. Anyone?
Yeah, it's like where you're not good at, or you don't believe you're good in one area, so you overcompensate in another area. So like, I don't know, if you're not good at sports, you might overcompensate and be really good at math or something.
Correct. So another example is someone who feels like really insecure about what they look like physically, maybe, would focus on their intellectual abilities or professional skills to gain a sense of worth and achievement to like overcompensate for the feelings of being inferior physically. Does that make sense to everybody? So basically, compensation is a response, like something that you maybe like a response or a reaction to feeling inferior. Courtney, are you able to read this side?
I'm driving, unfortunately.
Okay, no
Sorry.
worries. Can someone else read this slide?
I can read it.
Thank you.
Lifestyle assessments, examining early recollections, family dynamics, and patterns to understand clients' life goals. Encouragement, fostering clients' belief in their ability to change and grow. Identifying and challenge private logic, helping clients recognize irrational beliefs and develop healthier thought patterns. Role plan, encouraging clients to act out situations to gain insight and practice new behaviors. Acting as if, clients are encouraged to behave as if they already achieved their goals.
Yes, that is probably one of the more like techniques that he's more famous for is the acting as if. When I was studying for the test, guys, for those of you who don't know me, I already passed the NCE last month, and I feel like when I studied in every single resource at Adler, like acting as if was one of his like more famous ones, just like birth order, inferiority. Make sure you know the stuff in yellow. Social stuff.
Congratulations, Tessa.
Oh,
Yay.
thank you. I mean, it's been a little while now, but thank you. Also one, I don't know if, oh, lifestyle. I would say in my mind, personally, from what I've heard other people say too, lifestyle is a keyword you should know, one of the most important. Birth order, inferiority, and acting as if. Those are all very unique to Adlerian theory. The other ones are kind of like it could apply to other theories, but those are very unique. And from my experience, you guys, the test is really not trying to trick you. It's not going to give you like 4 answers where, for example, if it's talking about personal responsibility, and it's not going to have one of the answers reality therapy and one gestalt, because both of those talk about personal responsibility. It really does not try to confuse you like that. So lifestyle, acting as if, birth order. Make sure you know those things, guys. Thank you for reading. This I think is just more like an FYI. I'm not sure this would necessarily be or not be on the test, but I think we should understand like a little bit about how the process looks when you're a counselor doing Adlerian theory. From my experience and my knowledge of researching stuff, I don't think a lot of people use it too much, but there are actual training programs on Adlerian theory where you could be, dive deep into it. So the process looks like establishing the therapeutic relationship, exploring individual dynamics and lifestyle. There's that lifestyle again, very important. Y'all know that word. Encouraging insight and self-understanding, reorienting and re-educating towards healthy behaviors and goals. Does anyone have anything else that's coming up in their mind about Adlerian theory right now? Anything that I forgot on this short little PowerPoint, or anything we should know? Anything you guys remember from school? No? Okay, well, y'all better be paying attention because we're going to do a quiz here in a minute. This can be useful for clients dealing with feelings of inferiority. Again, there's that word again. Low self-esteem, social anxiety, family dynamics, and life transitions. Okay, I chose like a really good video, you guys. It's a short video, I think like 6 minutes. I think you guys will recognize this guy, Todd Grande. He is excellent because I want y'all to hear it in a different way versus how I'm explaining it too. And then we're going to take a quiz. So give me a second to just transition my screen here. Y'all aren't speaking, so y'all better know the answers to these quiz questions in a minute. Let's see. Let me find it.
Of Adlerian Your child needs these 3 key factors to get into an Ivy League or top 25 university. And it's not
The guy's voice is not like the most super engaging, but he has really good information in his videos. Mm.
your child needs these 3 an Ivy League or top 25 university. And
Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, what is Adlerian therapy? So Adlerian therapy is a therapeutic modality that was developed by Alfred Adler in the early 1900s, and it's been expanded on since then. It's a therapy that we see once in a while. I wouldn't consider it popular, but there are plenty of individuals out there who practice Adlerian therapy. It's a humanistic therapy and a positive therapy. So when you look at Adlerian therapy, there's the sense that there's a lot going on. It's a complex therapy. It has a lot of components that Adler borrowed from other therapies, as well as components that he created. It uses the context of the family and society, so it's contextual. So it doesn't look at the individual as being separate of these other systems. There is this idea in Adlerian therapy that individuals are striving to be successful. And as part of this, Adler has the inferiority complex and the superiority complex. So this probably came, in part at least, from Adler's own experiences when he was young. And he placed a great deal of emphasis on these. You can see these throughout the theory. He believed that inferiority could be turned around and used to be motivational to allow somebody to succeed, and that superiority was generally good, but could be problematic if taken too far. One of the features we see with Adlerian therapy is the idea of birth order. He placed a good deal of emphasis on birth order. If somebody was born first or the middle child or born last, and how that would affect their personality. This birth order piece is tied to inferiority, superiority, as well as the context of family. Now, it's worth mentioning with the birth order component of Adlerian therapy that the evidence doesn't support that Adler was correct about this. Birth order doesn't seem to have the impact on personality that he theorized. Now, this doesn't invalidate the entire theory. This is just one component that the evidence hasn't supported. Adlerian therapy includes the value of childhood memories and experiences to inform counseling. It has a number of cognitive techniques and other interesting techniques. So a cognitive technique example would be the push button technique. There's also other techniques like paradoxical interventions and the acting as if technique. Adler actually had a number of techniques he identified in addition to those. He also was interested in personality theory and personality traits, and that was part of his theory. It tied in with the birth order. Adler has this concept of the style of life, which is formed from childhood experiences and the interaction with the family. And he also has the idea of social interest, which is somebody's innate desire to be cooperative and how they express cooperation. So a lot of times when we look at the goals of Adlerian therapy, style of life and social interests come up. Adlerian therapy is also considered an insight-based therapy. So one of the goals of this therapy is to develop insight and to create new insight. Other goals include challenging self-defeating behaviors, increasing social interest, so increasing efforts to cooperate with other people and family members. Developing problem-solving skills is a goal in Adlerian therapy, and creating an adaptive style of life. So using those childhood experiences, using the relationship with family members, and trying to adapt. This kind of ties in with striving to success as well, which, as I mentioned, is a key part of the theory. So what are some of the criticisms or limitations of Adlerian therapy? Well, there are actually several criticisms we see of Adlerian therapy. And what's interesting is sometimes I see the opposite criticism of the same theory. For example, I see the criticism that Adlerian therapy is too brief, but then I see other criticisms that it's too extended. I would have to say, in my opinion, that it's a fair criticism to say that Adlerian therapy is complex and extended, meaning for the therapy to work the way it was intended or the way that it should theoretically, it would take a long time. It's not really, in my opinion, a brief modality. Another popular criticism is that it works well with people that are insightful, intelligent, and highly verbal, but not with people that aren't. I think this criticism has some basis in reality. I think it's somewhat logical, but Adlerian therapy has so many different techniques and the philosophy of it's fairly complex. I think it can work with a wide range of personalities and levels of intelligence and levels of insight and degrees that somebody is verbal. Another criticism is that the evidence supports Adlerian therapy, but there's really not enough research. I think this is fair. Overall, it's clear that this therapy is generally effective to treat mental health pathology, to treat mental health symptoms, but certainly more research is needed with Adlerian therapy. I think this is a criticism that could be applied to a number of mental health therapies. And the last criticism has to do with really what I talked about earlier, the complexity. There's this sense that Adlerian therapy is maybe overly complex and a bit fragmented. So what I mean by that is, if you look at all the different techniques we see in Adlerian therapy, like the cognitive techniques and the emphasis on personality traits, as well as dreams, interpreting dreams and transference, there seems like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of different pieces, but when you read Adler's writings on his theory, they don't really seem to come together as a comprehensive and cohesive modality. So there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot to draw on that's very positive in Adlerian therapy, but it doesn't really all come together in a neat package. I think this is a criticism, again, that you could see with several modalities, but it stands out particularly so with Adlerian therapy. Similarly, I think we could say that Jungian therapy would have the same criticism. Jungian therapy is really complex and doesn't really seem to come together all the way. Now, at the same time, one of the things I like about Adlerian therapy is this complexity. I think Adlerian therapy as a standalone modality is generally effective and can be used, but also you can take elements of Adlerian therapy and integrate it in with other more modern theories. And I think this is often the way we see Adlerian therapy used. Adlerian therapy teaches us a lot about how theories were formed in the early days of psychotherapy. And it's really one of the first theories to put cognitive together with elements like transference and personality traits. And it also has some clever ideas like the inferiority and superiority complex. So Adlerian offers us a lot to work with. Is it an excellent theory? Well, probably not by today's standards, but it's certainly a great learning opportunity. And I think a lot of the components can come together and be very helpful. So overall, in my opinion, a good therapy, one that needs to be brought together a little bit more, but teaches us a lot about counseling. I hope you found this description of Adlerian therapy to be interesting. Thanks for watching.
Okay, guys. Again, for repetition, right? Inferiority, superiority, lifestyles, social interests, acting as if, birth order, and Alfred Adler was the founder of an individual psychology. I'm telling you, if you know that stuff right there, you're golden. Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said? The
Sure. Sure. I was just going over, again, I'm all about repetition. I will repeat the same things over and over and over in a Zoom.
I like that. Thank you.
That's how I learned and that's how I studied, and it did me great service.
Yeah.
So, but if you're writing down notes, especially if you're new at studying, theories are just knowing the key words of the theory,
Okay.
right? They do not go into detail in the test. It's just knowing the key words of the theories. So we're going to go over them again. Inferiority, superiority, social interest, or if it mentions something about social relationships, social stuff, lifestyle. If someone would be so kind to put this in the chat, that would be great. Lifestyle, birth order, acting as if.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you guys, are we ready for a quiz? Ready? I really thank you, Kayla. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys. Everybody that needs the keywords are in the chat. I try to make the quizzes to cater to all levels of studying, from whether you're like just reviewing because you're about ready to take the test or you just started studying. I try my best, but so some of the questions may for some of you seem super easy, some whatever, but I try to make it cater to everybody. When I post the questions, you can either shout out the answers. Some of y'all are a little bit more outgoing than others, or you can all put it in the chat. But I am gonna wait till I see like at least 5 to 7 answers before I tell you guys the answer. Give me a second here to share my screen and pull up the quiz. Right, let's see. All right, here we go. Y'all better be paying attention. We have one. Who is the founder of Adlerian Therapy? So y'all can say it out loud or put it in the chat.
B.
B.
Cool. Good job, guys. Yeah, everyone's putting B. Okay, cool. 2. In Adlerian therapy, what term is used to describe behavior that is purposeful and goal-oriented?
D.
You
No.
We did read about this one on the first slide. Brenda read it. Let's see if y'all were paying attention.
Is it C?
What else do you guys think? I see some B's or C's. It looks like we're kind of torn on this answer. Can Haley, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you tell me why you chose C?
I chose C because I wrote down in my notes that the however you pronounce it.
I think I said it earlier. I don't even know if I can say it now.
I know. Whatever C is, I just put that is a behavior that's goal-oriented. Behaviors are goal-oriented.
Yeah, I personally don't think that's going to be one of the main things about Adlerian therapy, but thank you, Kaylee, for paying attention to the slides. You go, girl. Okay, looks like Kayla got it right. Courtney got it right. It is C, you guys. Also, remember, fun fact, when you are taking the test, the best way to answer the questions is if you feel overwhelmed. Like, let's say you did not know the answer to this question, right? You're like, oh my God, what do I do? Don't freak out. First, eliminate 2 answers that you know that it is not, right? So let's say we know it's not individual psychology. That seems very broad, right? For the answer to be described behavior. So we would like in my mind, I would eliminate individual psychology and probably eliminate A because I don't even know what that means, right? So then I would be down to B and C. So whenever you're overwhelmed, eliminate 2 answers that you know it cannot be, and then you're down to 50-50, and it seems less overwhelming when you do it that way. And some people that have taken the test and passed swear that's why they passed. I have a friend that's like, I only studied for a month, and the reason that I passed is because I did what y'all said in the group, and I just eliminated two answers every time and chose from the other 2. So that can be a way to like eliminate test anxiety, or a better way to answer the question so you're not feeling overwhelmed.
Can I give a memory advice for teleology?
Of course.
Like
Go ahead.
telescope. Telos is Greek, and telescope is something used to look at something which is far away. And telos means a goal which is far away. So telescope and teleology, perhaps this goes together.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Anyone else have any memory devices, please speak up, because the way that I remembered a lot of the stuff on the test was being in these study groups, and people would tell me these super insane memory devices, but they would just stick, right? Okay, so it is C. We're moving on. We're gonna try to build our self-esteem now, you guys, because we lost a little bit there on that last question. All right. 3. Which concept in Adlerian therapy suggests that feelings of inferiority motivate individuals to strive for improvement? This is going to be a critical thinking one. I didn't necessarily give you the answer to this in the slides, but again, that's how the test is. It's going to be critical thinking. And again, if you're overwhelmed, eliminate 2 and go from there.
Can you share the screen, please?
Oh, you all can't see the screen?
I can't see anything.
Can you?
I can see the screen.
Oh, I can try. Let me try stop sharing and sharing again.
The screen is showing.
It is showing? Okay. Maybe log back out and back in. I'm not sure. Is there anyone else who can't see it?
Got it.
You got it? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Is anyone like solid on their answer? Like they know it's the answer and you'd be willing to speak up and tell me why? I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're saying anything different than the answer, I believe y'all are overthinking it, because we went over both of the terms in the slides. All right, everyone's kind of saying different stuff.
Compensation.
Yes, the answer is compensation. So remember we were talking about earlier, when they feel inferior, it motivates them to be like better at something else. Like if I'm insecure about my looks, then that motivates me to be way better at my profession, at my job, so that I can feel superior at something because I feel inferior about my looks. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. I don't, I feel like if I were looking at this question, that really doesn't have anything to do with social interest, right, you guys? Or private logic. So in my mind, if I were answering this, I would eliminate A and C. And we did talk about B and D in the slides, but I don't think we necessarily said anything about the term inferiority complex, right?
No.
That's how my mind would work. I don't know if that helps you guys when I'm answering questions. That's how my mind would work with eliminating 2.
What is inferiority complex?
Let's look. Does anyone know what that is? I'm gonna get like an exact definition. Give me a second.
My individual cannot move beyond feelings of inferiority, which negatively affect their lives.
Okay. Alfred Adler called inferiority complex a pervasive and often unconscious feelings of inadequacy, weakness, or inferiority that can affect an individual's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It arises when a person perceives themselves as less capable, successful, or worthy compared to others or to their own internal standards.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Adler believed that a person's position in the family birth order influences. I didn't necessarily cover this in the slide, so it might be for those who have studied it a little bit more in depth. What do y'all think? Well, good job, you guys. Yeah. It is A. And that is really all you need to know about the birth order stuff. Okay, 5. What is the primary focus of Adlerian therapy when it comes to client problems? A, exploring unconscious conflicts. B, understanding and improving social relationships. C, examining early childhood trauma. D, changing dysfunctional thoughts through cognitive restructuring. This is exactly what I was talking about knowing the keywords, right? You guys, if you had not known the keywords we went over earlier, you would have no clue on this question, in my opinion, anyways. Yep, good job. Everyone's saying B. Good job, you guys. All right. If anyone has any questions about anything, make sure you speak up. And we can look up the definition or whatever is needed. Okay, 6. In Adlerian therapy, social interest refers to A, an individual's desire to be liked by others. B, the willingness to contribute positively to society. C, a need for power and control over social situations. D, a focus on achieving personal success. Okay, everyone is saying B except for my girl, Courtney. Courtney, are you there?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it while I'm driving.
Yeah,
too,
you're
but
good. You're driving, right? Yeah, Courtney, if you can hear me, it's the willingness to contribute positively to society. You're kind of breaking up there, girl.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it doesn't really have, I don't think it has anything to do with being liked by others. It's just wanting to contribute. Okay, 7. Which technique is commonly used in Adlerian therapy to help clients understand their goals and patterns? Keywords, guys. Good job. Yep, everybody's saying C, good job. So let's break this down, a little bonus round here, guys. Who would dream analysis be associated with? Who would you guys think that would be associated with?
Freud.
Freud.
And
Yep.
Young.
Freud probably on the test, Freud, but maybe Young too, yes. Who would empty chair technique be associated with? We went over this last Tuesday.
Gestalt.
Gestalt. Fritz
Gestalt.
Perl.
Yes.
Good job. And well, behavior modification could be a couple of people. Who can you guys tell me does behaviorism?
Pavlov, well, or
Beck,
Watson.
Meichenbaum.
Yeah,
Watson.
Yep. Skinner. There's a lot of behaviorists, honestly. Okay, cool. But exactly, there's that keyword, right? Okay. Number 8. Adlerian therapy emphasizes the importance of which aspect of life when understanding a client's behavior? A is past traumatic events, B, lifestyle and early recollections, C, unconscious motivations, or D, cultural background.
B.
Good job, you guys. There again, there's that keyword. All right. The concept of acting as if in Adlerian therapy is used to A, test the client's abilities to set realistic goals. B, encourage clients to behave as though they have already achieved their goals. C, help clients detach from negative emotions. D, examine irrational beliefs through role play.
B.
B, good job, you guys. I think we've all heard of that, like not in relation to Adlerian therapy, but I believe that we've all heard of like act as if you already have the job, act as if you already have the promotion. Or I have anyways. Okay, last question. We need to end on a good note, you guys. Which phase of Adlerian therapy focuses on building a strong therapeutic relationship with the client? A, establishing the therapeutic relationship. B, exploring the individual dynamics, encouraging self-awareness. D, reorienting and re-educating.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Are we all good with the, everyone's saying A. Is anyone not confident with A? No? Okay. Does anyone have any last questions on Adlerian therapy or anything they want to bring up that maybe I forgot? I feel like I didn't spend as much time on the Zoom as the other ones because I don't hear of it necessarily being on the test that much from everyone that's taken the test and what other people have said. But I have heard 1 or 2 questions here and there, so if you all know those key terms, you should be good. Couple other things. I see a lot of new people on this Zoom, so I just wanted to shout out to everyone that's new. Welcome. If y'all have any questions about where to find Zooms, events, or anything we have going on, feel free to reach out to me or Sonata. We're both the admins of the group. Also, we have 2 classes coming up. Portia's class on research and assessments. If you're taking the test soon, I highly suggest taking that class. It's on November 2nd. Because you joined the Zoom today, we put a discount code in here. I'll post it again. So yeah, Sonata just posted it. If you are taking the NC, I promise you that's exactly why I did like really good on the research part was Portia. She's so good at explaining the research and assessment stuff. I can't do Zooms on research, guys. I don't know how to like explain it. I can't. I mean, I sort of get it, but I just I don't think anyone really does Zooms on research and assessment just because it's a little bit more complicated, right? I wouldn't want to mess anyone up. Also, for all the new people, if you guys want to facilitate a Zoom, just like I did today, most people, I already passed the test, so my Zooms are like shorter, usually 45 minutes to maybe a little bit over an hour. The other Zooms can be up to like 2 hours. Some people do 3-hour Zooms. Y'all can reach out to me or Sonata. You're able to put an event in the calendar just like I did today, and everybody joins and you discuss it. When I was studying for the test, I did a lot of reading from the Rosenthal book, the purple and the orange, and we would sit there and discuss it. But you can do whatever subject you're weakest on, set up a Zoom for it, and you can pop on. People will join you. Look, I put my Zoom on there like 2 days ago, and there's 23 people. The group is huge, so don't be shy. I know Kayla, I don't know if she's still on here. She did, Kayla, are you there? Yeah, Kayla did her first Zoom the other day, and you just get over the anxiety after like the first one, right, Kayla?
Yes.
Yeah. You just get on and start talking. Like everybody knows that everyone else is studying, and you can get some really good memory devices, get into some really good discussions with everyone else. So if you need help with doing that, it's super easy to create an event in the calendar and people will join you. Anything else? Any of the new people, please don't be shy. Reach out to us. We have a class, some paid events coming up. Again, November 2nd is research. We have one on November 23rd that's going to be family. There's going to be links in the Facebook group to sign up. And again, if you're using my code RA10, you'll get 10% off, which makes it right at $20 for a 2-hour session with someone that has, like, that's their job. They're a professor in research and assessments, and she's amazing. Some of you have probably seen her on Facebook. But that'll be in like a week and a half now. And anything else? There's another Zoom tonight. Queena, I don't know, some of you guys that go to her Zooms, I don't know what topic she's teaching, but she does Zooms a lot at night. I think it's at 7 p.m. Central Time. The link will be in the description, or sometimes she posts it right on the page like I did. Anyone else have questions, concerns, anything else before we wrap up?
Yeah, quick question. The early bird tomorrow, what is the topic with Sonata? It says
Sonata-
ethics, but I'm not sure if it.
Hey girl, ethics. I am on the last 30 questions of ethics, so just gonna crank those out.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Also, every Tuesday I do a different theory, you guys. So next Tuesday I'm gonna do person-centered. Someone requested that. The following Tuesday is REBT, and I haven't done one for the Tuesday after that. But if you guys like have a suggestion on any theory you want me to do, I'm just taking suggestions. Again, I'm not on any type of schedule since I already passed the test. So if anyone sends me a message, will you do this theory? Okay, cool. I'll put it on the calendar. If you showed up today, congratulate yourself. I promise you, if you were paying attention and you wrote the keywords, you will get 100% on the Adlerian questions. Don't overthink it. You guys got this. I love all of you so much.
Chelsea, I want to ask, because it's showing
Sure.
that Monday you're doing person center, and then Tuesday REBT. Is that
Is
wrong?
it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I need to update that. Thank you so much. I put the wrong day on there. I'm going to update it right now. I only do Tuesdays, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sometimes I'll pop in here and there on a Sunday. I cannot this Sunday, but if anyone like has a special request or something you want me to do, send me a DM and be like, hey Tessa, can you do a session on this? Or what, I have no problem doing that. But other than that, are we good? Anyone have anything else? Oh, and I will post the PowerPoint. I actually just posted the cultural PowerPoint today. Someone pointed out that I didn't do it. From Sunday, I did a PowerPoint on culture and diversity. That is posted under the files, and I will post this PowerPoint here. Just give me like 5 minutes.
I
And
do
will you
want to just
record-
call out
Uh-oh.
that.
Sorry. Go ahead,
Oh, go
Sonata.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, hey, I was just trying to see. I can't find the recordings. I can't locate them in the files. Will you give us like directions in the chat? I mean, in the main thread when you have
If
a
you go
moment.
to guide,
Uh-huh.
all of the they're all listed there.
Okay.
So it's organized by domain like it was on the group me. Just hit the guide.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And if you can't find it, let me know. But it's all under guide.
You know
That's
I'll text y'all. Goodbye.
but
You
great
got our number.
segue.
We all have our number.
Great segue though, because everything is under guides, all of the like memory devices, it's organized by domain. That's not like everything is put by me pretty much because I transferred that information from our group me, but anyone can contribute. If you have a file, you can put it in files. If it's a screenshot or a link, you can put it in the guide portion. So anyone can add it. Kind of seems like only I can, but no, I just transferred all the stuff that people share throughout the time, the last several months. So anybody can upload.
Just like anyone can lead a Zoom.
Mhm.
I know y'all hear me say this all the time, but like when I was studying, it helped me be accountable. Like people are counting on me to show up. They're like working their school schedule and their babysitter for their kids because I have a Zoom on this calendar tomorrow at 2:00. So it made me show up. I knew like 10 people were counting on me, and it honestly, just reading the book by myself, you guys, it was so boring. So the Zooms are funner anyways. Right, Kayla?
Right. It is.
Like the Rosenthal book is just so boring to read by yourself, but if you read it and like literally laugh and make jokes about it, it's so much better, you guys. All right.
Thanks, Tessa.
You're welcome. If anyone needs anything, reach out to me or Sonata. We got you guys. Hopefully we learned some new stuff today, and have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.